All right. Welcome to the live Media Blast interview with Clayton Savage, and I'm your master of ceremony for this evening slash host, some guy named Jay Jonathan Coleman. And we're going to bring on Clayton Savage so we can pick his brain, talk about his past, present, and future in the music business, talk about all the things he's accomplished, everything he has going on. Just all of that. We're gonna get all into it. All right, we're gonna get all in. We're gonna get nosy and get all up in his business. All right, and we also have D Savage with him as well, and she'll be speaking with us too. So let me go ahead and play one of his singles from his new album Legion, and then we'll bring him on. All right, the song right here is called Anything.
TLXC don't owe me anything.
I want you to love Rihanna.
TLXC don't owe me anything.
For them trips and them whips,
Expensive cars and all them diamond rings.
all that deal that I put on her.
TLXC don't owe me anything.
Anything.
Thoughts, you're so full of it. I won't call it shit. You're so full of poo. Think the song's about you. I just shake my head. You know that you've been read. Fine, I go to bed. Cause I can sleep without you. I'm a freak again. Cause I can sleep without you. Messing with my head. But I must live without you. Focus on my bread. Pick up yes instead. The partner's in my bed. Don't wanna talk about you. Focus on my cup. Time to fill it up. A million ain't enough. I must get my bread up. I'ma clown around. I don't do no favors. If you think I do, you must smell the vapors. Push it on again. Save it for the papers. I'm focused on my bread. I must get my bread up. 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 Get my focus on.
Always gotta say the bad things you hear about me. I like to see you pop the Chris without me. I like to see you take a trip around the world without me. How the hell you say you doubt me?
I want some of this. I want some of that. I don't care what you say. I must watch my back. I could get my cake up. Wanna get my cake up. Don't care if we break up. Oh, gotta get my focus on.
I spend my money in the way that I want, baby. See you pushing up your bra and it's on, baby.
I feel you rubbing in my zone. I'm about to get a bone. And no, I ain't dumb.
I know you slick ass gon' try to rob me. Get me, got me. Stick me for my loot while you call me poppy. You won't be boosting, you won't be boasting, or wetting up your face with the man lotion.
Gotta get my focus on.
You can't compare no one to me, I treat you better. Keep you Gucci down, Versace up in them stilettos. You wanted wings, I gave you feathers. Back when I was locked up, I would write you letters. I kept your feet and Jimmy Choo. You had that loot, I gave you plenty letters. You wanna smoke, I getting you the finest. Made your ass a queen, the block calling you your highness.
TLXC don't owe me anything.
I want you to love Rihanna.
TLXC don't owe me anything.
For them trips and them whips,
Expensive cars and all them diamond rings.
all that deal that I put on her.
TLXC don't owe me anything.
Anything.
All right. That was Anything from Clayton Savage off his new album Legion. And written and produced by Clayton Savage himself. Could you tell the people a little bit about that song?
About anything?
Yes, sir.
Hey, bro, that song is like, when a guy go way out his way to make sure a lady knows that he's willing to spend on her and, give everything, and he gets hit in the head with that, I ain't asked you to do that. I ain't asked you to do all that. You spent your money. I mean, that's just something you wanted to do. And like, what? No reciprocation? What? Wait a minute. Wait a whole lot of minutes right here, Just like, she act like she don't know me anything. It's like, you didn't know me anything until you started acting like you didn't know me anything. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So that's not a play.
Huh?
Definitely. That's not a player's anthem. That's a you got played anthem.
Oh, and that's going. I represent the fellas. You know what I'm saying? I'm just team fellas. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, 'cause it ain't all bad out there. So some of us get played. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh yeah, you know, we ain't just, you know, hounding it down, trying to get the skins, you know, right away. We kind of, you know, want to court, you know, want to date, want to, like, you know, want to hold off on it. You know what I'm saying? When we see somebody special, and you know, we playing by the rules and her rules, and you know, then all of a sudden it's like, yeah. Where we going with this? Like, where we going is where you take us in your car and spend your money. You know, and then bring me back home and drop me off because I got another date when I get back. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like you paying all my bills.
Oh
But
true indeed.
somebody got to represent, and I represent all the way, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, what they got? What's the feminist movement? I'm the male movement. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying?
The male
all
movement.
By myself. I'm the male movement, bro. The male. Somebody got to get it all straight, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm old enough. You know, I got enough history behind me. I'm still vibrant enough. You know what I'm saying? But the nonsense must end it. Yeah.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Well, we're gonna do a deep dive into your past for this interview as well. We're gonna talk about all that, all the experiences. All the experience that we could fit in this interview. Because you know, I know we'll have all night because you could fill up the whole week with experiences. You know, but we're gonna condense it for this interview and talk about your past. You know, most definitely your present, and like I said, we're gonna talk about the future too, and give advice to rising recording artists or anybody else that's in the music industry. We have Marjaline over there in Barcelona, Spain, that's in the chat room. You know, she's enjoying the show, watching the program. That's definitely a good connect with as well. Uh, before we
Spain, but Barcelona, like all the Barcelonians and all the Spains and Spaniards, I'm cool with them, bro. I done been around the world. So go get your auntie and your grandma. They know me too. You know what I'm saying? Clay been around. Don't be shy.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Text your friends while you talking to me. They know. They know what's up.
Oh yes. Oh yes. All right. Well, to kick off this interview, I want you to sum yourself up. Who is Clayton Savage in less than 3 sentences? If you could do that. Who are you? You do.
Hold
Say it
on.
again.
Musician, producer, arranger, songwriter, a performer, um, collaborator, engineer. And the what? Speak up. My thing is I put it all together, right? The music business, the past, the present, and the future of the music business. I've been around through all of that. I know all the major players and how, you know, and that's who and what I am. I'm the past of music, the blender of the R&B and the hip hop. I am and the rock and in the middle, you know what I'm saying? The now and the music business. That's me. You know, and what it can do for us to empower us. You know, when I say, and I mean the entertainment business. You know, doing it right, not just, you know what I'm saying, where we're really eating off of it the way we're supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I'm part historian and I'm a mentor. I'm an educator. You know, I tutor. But I'm a leader, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like Damon John. You know what I'm saying? Like Damon John, and you know.
Oh, you froze up, Clayton.
Oh, you still there?
Yeah, we can hear you now. You froze up a bit.
Oh, you're gonna hammer. You still there?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Tell me this about you. We're in a hotel room in Atlantic City, man. You know, we're at the flagship. We're doing the best time with the flagship internet. They want to charge 30% more. I don't even know what I'm gonna get. But mentoring is the key to everything in business and success. You know, they take you from here to, you know, and when it comes to business, it's 100%.
Oh yes. Oh yes, you're breaking up again. Oh yeah. Well, Clayton Savage, we're going to try to get him back on here. If you're listening to the show, oh, we dropped all the way off. Well, if you're listening to the show, just say something in the chat. We'll keep the conversation going until he gets back. So let's check out the chat. Okay, where's the chat? Okay, here's the comments. Okay, yeah, drop something in the comments. Click like, share. We're going to keep the conversation going. If you're familiar with Clayton Savage and his music, definitely post your favorite Clayton Savage songs in the chat room or in the comments section. We'll talk about it. If you're an artist or you're anybody that's in the music business and you want to connect with Clayton Savage, here's your opportunity to do so. You could shout yourself out in the comments section and we'll make the connection. All right. Yes. And also, if you want to be on the panel right now, just hit me up and I'll get you the StreamYard link and you can join us. You can sit right here on the panel and talk with us. All right, there they go.
Oh, I should have did that.
We found our way back.
Man, we got more computers around here and laptops. We're trying to make it happen.
Yes, got to work with what you got.
Let me hit you real quick an answer to what you said. Okay, yes. I come from Sugar Hill Records. I'm from Virginia, right? Like when Pharrell is talking about something in the water, with all due humility, bro, he's kind of talking about me. I'm that thing that made it possible for them to happen. Okay, but I'm also a Furious 5 member, Melly Mel and the Furious 5 Grandmaster. I'm the producer and engineer behind, Sugar Hill Sequence, Kumo D, Treacherous 3, West Street Mob, and on and on and on. That was me. And I was producing, writing, and engineering even then. So I'm the guy that Sugar Hill brought in to replace the house.
To replace, you froze again. All right.
Other thing that made it the marrying of the original R&B, with hip hop. When me and Mel put out "We Don't Work for Free," I remember DJ out Cali, Spider Harrison, the legendary Spider Harrison, still on the radio to this day. But he was telling Sylvia Robinson, that is, I don't know about this one. It's not, really hip hop. My understanding of music is music is music. Plus, hip hop really launched with a Rapper's Delight, which was Chic's Good Times, married with some rap.
Mm-hmm.
So R&B, like black music is a combination of all the other genres that have been described or yet to be described or defined by the music industry. Black music is the combination of all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like black is a combination of all the colors, and that's how you get black.
Yes.
So that's why when you say rock and roll, you say country, no matter which direction you go in, you're still talking about black music.
Mm-hmm.
If it's any good, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can hear the underpinnings no matter how they try. That's why a rock group can go and take Smooth Criminal, and it's still that's us. Hip hop allowed us to be in the soil around the entire globe, in the dirt of the whole wide world is the blood, sweat, and tears of hip hop. That's what hip hop transformed us into, something completely original. We are the original, if only actual Aboriginal originating thing that came from America. There's nothing like hip hop, and the more they f with it and try to turn it into something that can be containerized, simply for example, capturing the samples of the trap song, making a sound kit, and then saying any artist who uses these sounds is doing a trap song. That's what the marketing engines of the music industry does repeatedly, and it's confusing because record labels don't make music. I have never seen a major record label that goes in the studio and makes music. They just don't do it. They don't create anything.
Mm-hmm.
They don't understand it either. All they know is when the numbers say it looks like a whole lot of black kids are buying it, or a whole lot of white kids are slam dancing to it, and then they try to tell you it's bad until they figure a way to put a label on it that's palatable to the top, to the what's hot and what's not in Cosmopolitan magazine, and then sell it to the masses that way with the
Yes.
blind ignorance of the origin.
Oh yes. Oh yes. And speaking of
Unless it's
actually
rock.
speak. Oh yes. Oh yes. We're gonna actually get back on that. But speaking of record labels, you have your own record label. Could you tell the people about your label and what makes it different from the traditional labels, or what's different with your label than all the other labels you've been on? Because I know you learned your lessons and things like that just being on labels and what I'm gonna do it differently. It's
Well, first off, I've always had my label since I had a label since I was 14. This like my third or fourth label, but I've always been independent. Even the music that I released on Capitol and Sugar Hill and for other artists like me and people, those were things I did on my own label and released, copyright, wrote, and all that stuff. So I was doing that at 14, because let's be honest. There's literature that basically has not changed, which is part of my beef that I plan to address directly with the industry itself. The Copyright Office, BMI, and ASCAP are tales as old as time. So at 14, I signed it with ASCAP and or BMI, and I knew about the copywriting. And so I've always been going down that path. Now they've implemented and introduced other things like sound scan, or at least they've rebranded things so that they can market out the services in a manner by which it could be perceived to be understood. Okay, so when you're seeing sound scan and BDS reports, or even counting numbers of how many Spotify spins, you know what I'm saying? Things like that. It's so that it can be it can be sold as a package in a manner that makes people think they understand what's going on.
yeah.
Unlike the movie industry, there are no books to describe the music industry and how it works. It's almost like comedy, the comedy profession, except the comedy profession still has rules.
Mhm.
It has parameters, you know. It has something that you can be taught or observe and understand and learn, and then incorporate if you have the ability to do so. You know, it has jobs that are understood just like the movie industry, but not so with the music industry. Although all that does exist, when it comes to the black music industry, it's left in a quagmire.
Oh
You
yeah.
hear all these gossamer random terms like, man, these young kids they're entrepreneurial. They're out here getting it. They're learn. They're not like us. They're getting that money. Oh, really? Really? So that's how that's marketed to us. What it does is it separates the generations. See, I've never heard them describe anything other than black entities in a generational and in a cascadingly deliquescing manner, whereas they use the term old school with us. Okay, automatically that's like two negatives.
Hmm.
Old for one, how old? Older than you. School, something you want to get out of, but absolutely something you need your entire life.
Yeah.
So while simultaneously promoting college, education, training, certifications, learning to do things right, trades, when it comes to us, it all is so negative. You can't have mentors if you don't respect them. If you don't respect someone who a mentor can't be younger than you, and you can't choose your own mentor. He has to identify or she identifies in you something that they saw in themselves and realize someone helped them get over that, to go from the normal world into that super world. And you see us fall off. I don't know what Puffy's doing right now. I don't know who Jay Z is helping right now. If you look at what looks like our success in the music industry, it's just some people with some good jobs.
Yeah.
They just got to do a good job. They ain't calling those shots. They're not owners.
Yeah.
They, they sit. You sit up in the box with them when they invite you. When they can't make it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Timberland has a slew of hits, as does Teddy Riley, and that's when the industry became narrow. Um, damn, it's weird when I can't remember somebody's name. Jerry, uh, it's gonna come to me. Norman Walters. I don't know why I can't pull his whole name right now, but Jerry, I will look it up. Uh, he's also responsible for hip hop traveling around the world through Norman Walters. He ended up buying Norman Walters. He's an agent that taught me the game both on the sports side and on the music side. Then he went on to buy Norman Walters, had to fight to get Norman Walters, and he was responsible for Jay Z, not just Melly Mel, the Furious Five, and the Sugar Hill, but for Jay Z's and the Red Mans and the Wu Tangs and all them. He's the agent that sent us around the world. That's how we got around the world as black artists, as opposed to R&B, where they would put white folks on the cover of the labels, or maybe recut the song themselves, or or the original song. But even our Sugar Hill records didn't have us on the cover. You don't see me on the cover of nothing. So you might pull up one of the albums and see something called Work Party, and see some marigolds. Of course, I'm on the cover of this one right here at Capitol Records. That Clayton
Yeah.
Savage album right there.
In the back.
You
Yeah.
know, and check this out. I'm the youngest producer that Capitol at that time had ever allowed to produce his own record. Okay, up until then it was Aretha Franklin.
Mm.
And they tried to take it from me, but they couldn't figure out how I did it. And I worked with like engineers. I was taught and trained by like Steve Jerome, the King of the Throne, who was Quincy Jones' original before Bruce Sweeten came. He was the one back there with the Cab Callaways and all of that. He and his brother, a record promoter of Bill Jerome, Bill Jerome, Steve Jerome. And Steve Jerome is recording and responsible for the original hip hop sound, training the Chris Lord, Algie type, and younger engineers, and recording simultaneously Cameo and Tom Jones and all these orchestras, all at the same time. He is a genius. His family's given me the ability to utilize his name in terms of giving a scholarship. Okay, we have multiple platinum and gold, but we have Steve Jerome Engineering. I'm just looking for the place to put it. I'm working with the University of Hip Hop out in California, with Marisol and them, and I'm going to find, the ways to distribute it so that award of excellence, can can always get you further in your education, pay for what you're trying to do, and also stand to represent you, to stick out from your fellows. Um, I mean, I know the engineers, the ones that did the Lauren Hills that work with that and all that. So I bring all that with me too because they're dying off. And
Oh
all
yeah.
this software is something that people really don't know. They don't know because they weren't there. So when you say you're using universal audio software and it's emulating hardware, well, what hardware? You know what I'm saying? It's like
Hmm.
saying this software is going to transcribe your lyrics into Japanese, but you don't speak Japanese and you've never heard Japanese spoken or written. So when it says that, you just have to take its word for it. And that's the
Hmm.
music industry in a nutshell. You have to take its word for it because you can't compare it to anything else.
Oh yes. Oh yes. True indeed. Now for the young, shout out to Worldwide Collaborations for jumping on in the chat. They chatting there. They
Hey, yo,
in the comments, and it's a lot of young artists that's a part of the Worldwide Collaboration fan movement that could certainly use your advice and connect with you. How can they connect with you? Is there what's the best way for any of these young artists that need your get in touch with D? We're gonna talk to
it's
you
so
too, D. I know
it's
it's a
so
quick
easy.
interview, but we're gonna talk to you.
Okay, it's so easy. It's like Kevin Hart when he says, "If you want to get at me," and he leaves that open. He says, "You got to talk to my boys, right?" But
Yes.
he's wide open. But he says, "But that's the root." You know what I'm saying? Because whether folks know it or not, there's always a hierarchy or structure. Like Jay Z presents it like this. There's a lot of levels before you can get to me when he's being interviewed about how he feels about what people are saying or how they feel about him personally or liking or not. It's like there's a lot of levels, but there's a lot of levels to everything. You go to Capitol Records, you can go look at that building in beautiful Los Angeles, sitting right there on the boulevard. And it's shaped like, they say it's shaped like records, because it's round. Well, that's stacks of records that nobody has ever seen to this, in the last 30, 40 years. However, a young artist will look at that building and know that there's a studio in the basement. They'll know that represents recording excellence, and they know it represents success. They don't realize floor after floor is nothing but human resources, people that actually do the work. Multiple labels, the distribution game, the collaboration between the 161 countries, which is where success happens on a global scale. The accounting departments, all they're thinking about is if I can get on that mic and impress this guy, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to take off. They're not even recognizing the fact that you can't talk to them without a lawyer or an agent ever. And when they bring you to them, you couldn't get there without them. No matter how great you think your music is, if they don't see how it's going to fit into what they need, it's just like a job opportunity. If it doesn't fit what they need, then they don't have a use for it. They don't understand what you're doing. But the person who brings it to them can, by way of comparison, say, but they sound like this artist that's out right now, or this type of thing right now. So more of that is warranted. Now, if you got something that's going to stand out for that, after you get going with that sounds like, or I call it the taste like chicken theory, because you can tell people, they'll go, oh, what is it? You say it tastes like chicken, and they'll give it a shot. No matter what it is. It could be castor oil, or it could be a monkey's ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As long as you say, and they will do it. They sitting right there at the table, thinking that they're being exotic, I didn't say, we're having hippopotamus tonight. It tastes like slaughtered chicken. Well, why don't you just go get some chicken? There's 1,000 chicken joints. Chicken don't taste like chicken even when it's just amongst chicken. But that's how simple. That's how simple the marketing of introducing someone to a new food became. So simple. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yes. Now,
And that's the loophole right there.
oh yes. Now for all the people.
Answer your question. It's d@redkrecords.com. If somebody
DEE.
DEE, my bad. If somebody wants to reach out to him or ask him any questions or contact him for any reason, it's DEE
We gotta make an alias.
Red K Records.
We gotta make an alias with just a D at Red K Records. You know what I'm saying? Because I can see somebody missing that DEE, or they'll put the DE, or they'll put the DIEIE. You know what I'm saying? You know how we wild out here right now.
So DEE at redkrecords.com.
And that's the beginning, right? Because what I'm creating, right? I don't know how far back you go, but I remember, we have this negative terminology where we call something the Chitlin circuit when it refers to being black. But once upon a time, just like you see happening amongst the Mike Savages and the Republicans of the world that are all over AM now, all we had was AM stations, but we were mighty. We was a lot of independent AM stations that played what was called soul music, black music, okay? None of it was on FM, but collectively we got the job done. And Brian, if I ever get a chance to take you down that time machine to a station in Norfolk called WRAP, that's where I had my first #1 track called Virgin Lover, amongst the black radio stations. And I didn't even know how powerful it was until I started meeting DJs as far as Minnesota and all these other places. They're like, yeah, man, your job was #1 tight. Okay? So with that being said, we minded our own business. We didn't have to pander. We didn't have to beg to be on FM. We didn't have to worry about the payola and all of that nonsense. And we got the job done. Plus, you got the live shows. Teddy Prendergrass coming into WRAP. Come and get your teddy bear. Yeah, you're talking to the Soul Ranger. WRAP. Listen to that station, WRAP. This is before hip hop and rap. They were WRAP. And all this was happening in the South primarily. Because that's where all the records were broken. And the South at that time meant what it's supposed to mean, Virginia and the Carolinas, with a smattering of DC.
Oh yes.
That
Oh
covers,
yeah.
that covers pretty much the whole East Coast.
Oh yes. Oh yes. We're gonna get into all that. We're gonna take a quick break and we'll play some more music from Legion.
Take that break. Take it, man. Take it.
Yes.
Take it. Whatever you gotta do, please take it.
Yes.
Take it.
The two singles we're gonna play. We're gonna play back to back. We're gonna play "Spending" and "Damaged Goods," and then we're gonna talk about it, and then we're gonna pick the conversation back up. Let's start with "Spending."
Spending all my ends. I'm tired of spending on you bitches, niggas. Stop spending all my ends. I'm tired of spending on you bitches.
Must be doing thing. Nigga, you look thin. You was the boss, you been the ghost. All of your access lost. All of your bitches gone. You back at your mama's home. And ain't nobody see nothing but the money's gone. Lord, give me strength. I'm about to sweep the whole room. Take your punk ass out, your mama, auntie, and the kids too. You don't know what I had to do. You don't know what I've been through. You ain't even ride shotgun, nigga. Ain't got no more love for you. All you know is me up on the stage. All I know is I'm the one who pay when we play, when we travel. Those casinos, when them bitches come in limo. From now on, when it's time to pay, this is what I say. I don't need no bullshit. I don't need no help. I don't know about you. I'ma spend my money on myself. I don't need no say, even though I won't. I'ma act like it's my birthday. I'ma spend my money on myself. I don't need no bitches. Spending on my riches. Won't be no trick or treat. I'ma spend it on myself. When you hear the bottle pop, ain't no need to scream and shout. Ain't nobody at my party but me and myself.
All my so-called friends supposed to ride to the end for me. On the fake ass soldiers, too scared to pull a trigger for me. All you niggas from the hood that I had eating good with me. I leave a bitch in a ditch if you think she gon' snitch on me.
Don't be mad at me cause some bitches got you mad. What? You can't fuck around on me, I'm the best you ever had.
Them other bitches might be lazy, but they wanna be my lady.
You keep fucking around with me, I'ma make you mad.
Oh yeah, you bad. Yeah, you Michael bad. I wasn't even talking about you. Don't you make me leave without you.
They know you won't be at the after party.
Yeah, it's so sad. I'm so mad that I gotta go to the dance floor with my fofo and let the bullets sing while the chorus sing. I don't need no bullshit. I don't need no help. I don't know about you. I'ma spend my money on myself. I don't need no say, even though I won't. I'ma act like it's my birthday. I'ma spend my money on myself. I don't need no bitches. Spending up my riches. Won't be no trick or treat. I'ma spend it on myself. When you hear the bottle pop, ain't no need to scream and shout. Ain't nobody at my party but me and myself.
I got that bread, so I must be a winner. Some call me saint, some call me sinner. Not Malcolm X, but if you vex me, I put out a hex, make all y'all loot get thinner. Lock down your block, make all your shit stop. You shit for fun, fuck it, I am the one. Call me Big Dad, shit, you might be my son. It ain't often I blunder, like Stevie, I wonder.
Don't fuck with her. Hater. Don't fuck with her. Don't fuck with her. Hater. Don't fuck with her.
But it all
Don't
good.
laugh. This might be such a big word lie. This is more than a gig, don't ask. Need to give something big. I'ma want it back. You know how I live real fast. Like she shake that booty real fast. I'ma handle my duty, no mask. Cause my shit's so groovy. Ooey, ooey, ooey. You even like my gooey. I got one life to live, and I'ma do it big. Don't spend on doing hoes. Just dashing for my kids. Don't fuck with her. Don't fuck with her. Don't fuck with her. Don't fuck with her. Don't fuck with her.
But it all good.
You know I'm a straight shooter, girl, ain't got no pretending me. Ain't dumb no bullshit, girl, so come on, if you come with me. Tell y'all living around this world, y'all like y'all don't hear me. International grip, my swag, I smash them now, hit Italy. I just spend my money, smart, got 20 racks left in me. I don't really show my heart, don't ask 51 in me. All the savage trying to start a rich nigga, I'm fearless. Take you out of your hometown, nigga, let's get on the mic and do this. I'm a number, you so mono, I know you don't get me. Catch this play on any day, you know that you can't hit me. Ooh. flow like a butterfly. Ooh, I sting like a bee. Down on my luck, who gives a fuck? See how she move, see how she groove, see how she dance, shaking that ass. I'm all excited, wanted a chance. See how it is, when not romance. See how we pump, see how we dance. Said anything, ever heard. Don't mean a thing. Don't mean a thing, you forget it, tell on the side. Don't laugh, this might be something big, we're alive. This is more than a gig, don't ask. Need to give something big, I'ma want it back. You know how I live real fast. Watch you shake that booty real fast. I'ma handle my duty, no mask. Cause my shit's so groovy. I got one life to live, and I'ma do it big. Don't spend on doing hoes, this that shit for my kids. I tear it up, you tear it down. I tear it up, you tear it down.
You's a bad one, but a real one. You the only chick that make me wanna blaze one bitch. You ain't worried about the cops cause you ain't no snitcher.
Always by your side, cause I ain't gon' switch up.
You the bad one, you the boss bitch. We ain't play around here, ain't no Billy Eilish. Turn that ass around, let me play with that click. You might not capiche, but I bet you can lick.
A one, a one, a one, a one, a one. A two, a two, a two, a two, a two.
I bet.
Three.
All right. Yes, definitely. Now, Clayton, tell us about those two songs right there that we just played.
Yeah. Tell us, Clayton.
What was the two that he played?
Spending
Spending
and damaged goods.
and Damaged Good.
Yes.
All right, check it out. Because I'm a songwriter. And I'm a storyteller. That's the core thing. Okay, so Damaged Good. Okay. You trying to mess with somebody who's been damaged by somebody that's not you. Okay? So you kind of walking into a situation and you thinking everything is like y'all on an even playing ground, right? But something just ain't working. You doing all the things for either your friends, your family, your kids. Something is corrupted in these people, right? And eventually, by trying to help them, it corrupts you, right? So now you become the damaged good, right? And so, but how did it happen? How did it happen? Because the second song says, "Look, I'm tired of spending on all these broke ass just using me up, never even come around on their paydays. They always riding my checks. I need to spend this on myself," or as Lil Jon so eloquently once said, "If you don't give a darn, we don't give a frack." Okay? Was that it? Was it that?
Yeah,
You know.
yeah,
And
now,
that's what-
yeah, it's kind of
yeah.
like Clayton, it's kind of like you can't save a drowning person. You know, sometimes you go in there to save the person that's drowning, they pull you in and drown you, kill you too.
And
Yeah,
it's the recognizing of it. See, I don't run from it because it happens to all of us. Most people I know who have been done wrong have the first thing they say is, "And I trusted them." They always say that. I trusted this person. And it doesn't matter what comes after that, whether they say was they best.
Uh-oh. Froze up again. We're going to keep the conversation going. Let's see. Let's look at the chat right quick.
What trust is not required when it comes to doing business with people. You know, competency, forthrightness, honesty. You know what I'm saying? Integrity. All the things that encompass and collectively will create respect. And if you respect somebody, trust comes along with that without you having to say anything.
Oh yes, true indeed. Shout out to Allie of Making Connections TV.
Hey,
She popped
Allie.
up.
Allie's the real one.
Allie's the real deal. We love you, Allie.
Allie she got to go on. She's Oprah plus. You know what I'm saying? For real. We can get real. I'm so real, bro. My thing is like this. All this stuff that they doing out here there's nothing new, but it's untamed. Like I'm a grown person, I cuss for a reason. But I'm not cussing just to cuss. It's a colorful metaphor. There's no other word sometimes than bitch. Hall and Oates proves it with "You're a bitch girl, it's a bitch girl, but you're going too far because you know it don't matter anyway." Right? That nobody said they was cussing
Mm-hmm.
because that's the word.
Yeah.
Oh man, hey man, hold on, you ain't leave the car on or nothing, dude. I saw the text message coming in. Your food's on the stove, J. Cole. And you gonna come and eat? You see, looking at the text message.
You don't know
No,
what
no, I'm promoting the
I'm
show
just
as
messing
we
with you.
do it, you know?
I'm messing with you. I know you're doing it for real. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know you're doing it for real. I'm an IT hall, but here's the thing. Everything's got to be practical, okay?
Oh yeah.
When you see somebody go out here and you know they done made millions somehow. I don't want to say millions of dollars because we're not quite sure exactly how they're generating revenue. But there was a young man that recently on YouTube. I don't know his name and I wouldn't say it right now, but he was so popular on YouTube and Steve Harvey was talking about him to the point where it's like the people around him and this is what's the difference between you having success and failure. The people around you, your
Yes.
team. You're the creator. Your talent is supposed to be unique and interesting. So you're busy creating. You need 10 other people, each preferably with 2 arms and legs apiece, but we will welcome some that have 4 arms and 4 legs to get all this stuff done around you and to be committed. Committed, okay? If you commit, faithfulness, loyalty is going to follow after you commit. If you don't commit, you'll never be loyal, you'll never be faithful. See, all these things that they throw in your face right away is how people get distracted because they still don't understand what's being said to them. And every time they come out with a way to mislead or lead the masses and turn it into something that generates fast revenue but no results, for example, the word branding.
Mm-hmm.
Once they introduced that term branding, how many people did you see online talking about, I'm working on my brand. I'm busy working on my brand. I'm working on my brand. My brand, my brand, my brand, my brand. I'm working on my brand. I mean, what do you got a hot iron and you the big Q on your chest? I have yet to hear any major corporation say, we're working on our brand. We're working on our brand. We're branding. We're Amazon. This is our brand. No,
Yeah.
branding. A brand is the result of consistency, being in the market, working to correct the product and make it better, and having a history resulting in a reputation, be it
Yes.
good or bad, because it could be a piece of crap. Because people are still saying, well, if you only got $4 to buy that $4 oil filter, you can go out and get that from them. But you really need this genuine part. But so even the bad brand, even that reputation doesn't necessarily mean you won't exist. It'll just be known as the cheapest.
Yeah.
And that's acceptable as long as you're being honest about it. But
Yeah.
what they say to people, what happens in the music industry, they'll say something about, oh yeah, man, you you can go on YouTube and learn how to do engineering and mixing and all these other things, and that in itself is the result of why you see so many people sounding exactly alike. They just learned how to sound exactly alike. They went on YouTube and they learned to grab this same sample kit because you can buy it. They always make it available to you. They tell you how to mix. They send you the temp, and you just clone, 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 clone. That has nothing to do with creativity, um, and it devalues the whole process. It's not to say you can't do that, but see what you're doing is for fun. You're a hobbyist. You
Yeah.
can't say you working on your album the same way I'm working on my album.
Mm-hmm.
Because I work on an album for real and for a purpose. And my history of creating music and everything that I know about what goes into not just creating it, but what that song is supposed to do in the world and how it functions in the world beyond your creation. They don't know anything about that. And you
Mm-hmm.
can give and this whole thing with the money, that illusion, I have yet to see the billionaire make another billionaire
Mm.
without making himself richer. The owner, no matter how rich Michael Jordan, no matter how rich any of these athletes get, the guy who writes their check is always that much orders richer. So that's why Kanye ran into that freaking wall. They can't because he felt like he was working for himself, but in the end he really wasn't. And that's the illusion that the music industry places across the board and has been doing that for 30 years. You hear Bad Boy Records, and yes, there is a Bad Boy Records, but it is not
Oh yeah.
capital. It's just marketed to us, so it makes us feel powerful and gives a focus. And everybody runs to that door. You know what I'm saying? Like hearing the Magic Bullet. Oh, I heard Puffy signing, and y'all run over here. Oh, I hear Timberland. Well, Timberland selling this. Oh, yeah, I'll get the Timberland fan. I'll go get the samples, and then I'll start sending my music because they say send us your best 3 songs, and now you just lost your best 3 songs. Nobody had to steal it from you. They just said send us your best 3 songs, and you did it for free. All
Yeah.
the while knowing no major label accepts unsolicited music. They don't even know what that means.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they just take that. They
They
just take
send
it.
it. They
Just,
just send
yeah.
it. And listen, we don't have to return it. We don't have to acknowledge we received it. We didn't ask for it. We just gave you an email address. Can you imagine that? Just sending all your ideas, because this is, because at the heart of it, I mean, the core of it, it's an intellectual property thing, intellectual
Mm-hmm.
ownership. It's intellectual property. Every time you see somebody go, she took my sample, Glorilla took my sample and used it. That's fine.
It's a
That's
label.
allowed. A song is supposed to, if it's good, a beat is good, or the music's good, or the whole song is good, it's supposed to be redone and replicated year after year after year by different artists, sometimes 10 of them. We
Mm-hmm.
all grew up on remakes, whether
Oh
we
yeah.
knew it or not. But the business surrounding how you get what you do once you get that remake, that sample, and prove that it works, everything around that determines whether or not, what's that girl that went up on Beyonce, you know,
Kellis.
What?
Police.
Kellis.
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 Kellis, the one,
Police.
right?
Yeah, the
Nas
one.
baby mama.
Kellis.
Khalees.
Yeah.
Oh,
Khalees.
I'm sorry.
My milkshake, my
Kellis. My
milk.
bad.
Right.
Yeah.
The way
Same difference, I guess.
that yeah, we've been told. I think the girl named Kelly. But unlike other subcultures and other cultures, okay, all right, we black people cannot profit from the negative. We can't
Yes.
create anything positive from the negative. That's why you just see us hating, hating, hating. We observe our peers, and they can go any kind of way. You had those punk rock groups that were slamming into each other. Go to hell, boy! You got your death metal. Eat your mother, kill your cat. Eat your mother. You know what I'm saying? All that works for all those other subcultures. They can walk around with slut on their shirts. Nobody says anything. You know what I mean? It's like, that's cool, man. Look at Rick and Morty. Horrible. Horrible. They you be lazy or trifling. Look at Homer Simpson going strong. Going strong. Sleeping, eating donuts, power plant. Not us. We cannot profit from the negative. And
Yes.
if we ever understand that and stop doing that, realizing we have all the tools, all the numbers, all the people, all the power, all the intelligence, all the talent, and all the common sense and capabilities. We don't have to go and beg anybody for nothing, but I swear to God, man, we just keep doing that. Master got it. Master got it. Look at Kanye. He's the perfect example of a victim. He couldn't get away from it. And it's on my, he wrote a song about the gold digger. He couldn't listen to himself.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx should have stopped a hole in him. But anyway, I digress. I do
Oh yeah.
digress.
Oh yeah. Now I also want
Other
to
than
say.
RuPaul, look, RuPaul ain't negative though, but I would give RuPaul a shout out. RuPaul was doing the damn thing. Quality, class, excellence. You know what I'm saying? If that's the entertainment business. We don't know what RuPaul really is like
Right.
at all.
We don't really know the situation,
At all.
but it ain't really none of our business.
Because he's doing it he's doing entertainment right. You know what I'm saying? Just like that guy you told me about that the sisters are responding to. He's doing entertainment right. Nobody's thinking about his real life and his real persona, because that shatters all of this. Is Hollywood. It's all Hollywood, you know, except no, don't restart now, computer. Oh no, not now, not now.
Oh.
Except for you're not supposed to bite or steal somebody's persona. You know what I'm saying? Rick Ross. Hello, Rick Ross. Rick Ross. Ricky Rose. DJ.
All right, you're going off on a tangent.
All right, yeah, but I do that.
Yeah.
Look,
Well, I want
okay.
to.
All right. Listen. Okay. I love men. Look, I want to see people be successful. Okay.
Yes.
The trick is this: when the moment you get into this business, you're a business. You are already a business. The moment that they say, okay, we want to sign you. Everybody's always going, we want to be signed. They don't know what being signed means. To this day, they're telling young artists, you don't need no record deal. You don't need to be signed. You could be your own company. Yeah, and try to give you examples of something you've never done before and you can't ask for help. And try to paint that picture to the public that like Drake, it's all me. It's all me. Down from the bottom, now I'm here. I started from the bottom, now I'm here. Oh yeah? Oh yeah? You think so for real? Great. You're the one who is pushing all these records around the world. Listen to me when I say 161 countries, my man. Trust me, your music's released in something. You don't know. You can't even. You're standing in an elevator, not even recognizing your own music.
Mm-hmm.
And BMI and SCAP is not your friend. So trust me, I got a mission I'm on, J. Cole. I'm on a true mission here. You know what I'm saying?
Tell us, speak on it.
To write these songs. I got to find this guy to help me do this to the industry to actually correct it the way that it should be corrected and to hold accountable those who have been lying and robbing us for decades, nearly a century. The same way I said when I was 14, I could look up. I didn't have no internet. I could go to the library and find out what the copyright office was and copyright my music. You know, I found out what BMI and SCAP, and I started my own publishing company then. If I could do that, we're talking 1978, 1979.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 76 to 79, I was doing it and performing live and getting paid for it, not working for free. So when the label comes, why does all that change? And how does somebody who doesn't have a copyright, because you have your copyright the moment you created it, how do they have copyrights that you don't have? And their copyrights they exist for 30 years at a time, holding you at bay from being able to do anything with your music. They got your name, whether you were born with that name or not. The moment you got signed, they got control of your name.
Mm.
They
Yeah.
got control. You can't even market yourself. Even in death, you'll be more successful. Death can't slow it down. The record and the job of getting an artist on that microphone and getting them to record before they implode is the number one responsibility of a record label, of an A&R person. Doesn't matter what your drug habit is. It doesn't matter how abusive you are. Number one job is to get you while you're in your prime, whatever is your prime motivation, be you R. Kelly, Prince, or Michael Jackson, whatever is your prime motivation at that time, while during those 10 years, get you up there. That's why the youth appear to be so powerful because they don't have responsibility. You know what I'm saying? All that energy, all that creativity, and all that acceptance because they're young. See, you're young. He cuts me, yeah, but that's because he's young. See, they keep doing that. Oh yeah, he's singing all key. He really ain't making no sense, but he's young. Then all of a sudden you grown and you're talking about things that matter. Because you can't just sit around and talk about be at the club. Then man, how drunk can you get? How high? How high can you? How high can you constantly be song after song after song? Now you are grown. It don't look right. It's not a good fit. You seen Jay-Z himself go from saying 20, talk about 30-year-olds being old to turning 30, saying 30 is the new 40, to being 40, and now saying 40 is the new 50. You've seen how the reality of surviving alone, not dying, kills all, squashes all that. And yet there's no apology from Mr. J. Because he goes back and hides under this moniker of being this very successful street thug.
Oh
The
yeah.
total opposite of what we need.
Oh yes. Oh
I
yeah.
ain't seen him sell no dope. I know a lot of dope dealers, man. I ain't even seen him get a jaywalking ticket. You know what I'm saying? And his name Jay. He could have wrote himself a ticket. You know what I'm saying? I know plenty of dope dealers, man. I'm sorry, man. I know you're looking at me, D, because you always say, and I say this with all due respect, bro, man. Every dope dealer I know at least got one James Brown picture. Where's yours? At least got one or 30 illegitimate children. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You ain't even got a scar, man. Even Seal got a scar. Uh,
Yeah.
a scar. No what? No police lineup? Never. Look at those looks. Tell me those looks should be in a goddamn police lineup. You know when he was on Bill Cosby used to indicate his him the man. But anyway. But see, all that, see, that's the thing, right? Because in the real world, right, there's real shit that goes down. There are real gangster types, real thugs, real neighborhood hoodlums, not thugs, not gangsters, not mafia, not mob. Whole nother level of assignment. You know, to be a hoodlum and think that you're a mobster, you insult the mobsters, okay? But to try to pretend that that is a way of life is foolish.
Oh
And
yes.
it invites mysterious death. Why is Biggie gone? Yeah, he's popular than ever. They hated Tupac, Russ Parr, Tupac Shakur. He's never happy now. They're teaching him. He and Afeni are having great success now that they're dead.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, even Elvis. So anyway, I'm stopped because he's giving me.
Yeah,
I know
well,
I tend to take and roll, and I apologize for that, my
hey, it's
friend.
all
I'm
good,
not
you know.
really sorry. Go ahead.
Hey, it's all good. I mean, you're giving a lot of information. Some of the stuff I was going to ask you anyway. So you answered ahead of time. So yeah, Clayton, is always great to hear you speak and get all the information out and all that you know and plus with all the listeners and viewers, the younger ones that was like that's now with worldwide collaboration. WWC fam, they could definitely soak in this wisdom, with them being artists that's coming up and working on what they're doing right now.
Well, here's something. This is a very simple equation. Okay, first off, you got to believe in yourself, and you spend your money on yourself, whether it's one dime or all the but generally all the dimes you have, you spend on yourself. Stop pretending that you can just get a Mac, get your mama to buy you a Mac computer, and that's all you need to just sit there with them loops and that. Okay, you got to invest in yourself because that's what you'll always be doing, investing in yourself. Because whether you know it or not, if somebody signs you, and it's your money that they're reinvesting in you. They're taking whatever you came with that you invested in, and now that you're making money, they're taking that money and reinvesting in you, and they're not asking for permission. You keep coming up short, but you keep asking for stuff because you keep seeing it on TV. You know, I heard he's got this car. I heard he's got all these houses. I heard these are the kind of chicks he hangs out with. Okay, so understand you don't understand what business is. Secondly, man, spend in bandwidth. Get a hold of D. Stop wasting your money. Pull together. Pull together. Be so you don't have to be Wu Tang to do what Wu Tang did.
Yeah.
And stop falling for the okie doke when somebody comes up and says, I'm from Sony. I really like what you're doing. I think I can help you. Why don't you go ahead and send me a link to all your content, and I'll get back with you.
Mm-hmm.
That's not business. Nobody from Sony is going to walk up to you and say that. Certainly not without one of them NDA, non-disclosure agreements. That's right there, understanding that you don't know what you're doing, but you know what you want to do, and you know and once you spend the time to define it enough so somebody with more experience can get an idea of what you're doing or who you are as an artist and how to present you, because that A&R part is powerful. You see the difference in what's that little boy's name? Cardi B.
Yeah.
She spit it like a dude, bro. I'm gonna call it like I see it. You know what I'm saying?
So when he first heard her, when she did Bodak Yellow, he was like, "Man, that little dude is spitting. That he was loving it." And I'm like, "That is not a dude. That's a girl."
I ain't heard that.
Because you showed me that's a dude.
I'm calling myself, hey boy, what that little dude you listen to? I love that. These are bad shoes. He said, I don't know what guy you're talking about. I'll tell you a lie. You listen to that joint all day long. That one right there is tight. I don't know about the rest of them, but that one tight. That little dude right there, come find me.
Oh
like,
man.
"Well, that is not a dude. That's a girl." But he insists on calling her a dude
because this is rock and roll.
Her delivery is exceptional.
Like Ike Turner said to Tina, "Sing it like a man." You all woman, that Anna. You all woman. Any man can see that, but you deliver it. You know what I'm saying? Beyonce got that Tina in her. She delivers it. Like she said, you can be a man or a dude or a chick. It don't matter. Step on the stage with me. I'm gonna make you nervous. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing about rock and roll. You know what I'm saying? Sex, drugs, and rock and roll, but it's a very masculine thing. So it's
Mhm.
football, understanding these things, then knowing how to be in it. According, don't give up your power as a woman. But Beyonce is so smart. She never gave up her power as a woman, yet she delivers this shit like a dude. That's
Oh yeah.
why she's so successful. Besides the fact she got talent off the chain, but understanding that, you know what I'm saying? You
Oh
can,
yeah.
and letting these dudes collaborate and really, feel you. Look at Nick. Look at the top. Nicki, dude. Megan, dude. Okay. Cardi, I'm convinced.
Double duty.
Yes. And then they get the money, but they never stop being a woman though. And
Yeah.
that's the difference. For years, I've heard women in business say, "Oh, I got to enter the boardroom. I'm the boss. I got to enter the boardroom like a man. Don't look at me like a woman. I'm the boss." You better let them look at you like a woman, because you're still the boss. Be all that woman and be the boss at the same time. Don't flip it.
Exactly. Oh
Yeah,
yes. Oh yes.
that's it,
Clayton, we're
man.
gonna get into two more of your songs right quick too.
Please.
Um, what we're gonna play right now coming up is "Wrist Bleed" and "7 Days."
Yes.
And I know D was on spinning. She's also on "Wrist Bleed" too. We're
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
get
yeah.
into
That's D. D all day. That's
definitely.
my secret weapon right here. You know what I'm saying? You know
Oh
what I'm
yeah.
saying? D, you on the mic today. What?
Definitely. Definitely.
Surprise!
Just do this. And she be
Let's
co-writing too. Go ahead and wrist bleed, baby.
let's get into it. "Wrist Bleed."
Hello? Hello? Shit. Hello? 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 Hello?
Came in the club with my bad bitch energy. Feeling kinda tipsy off the pure white Hennessy. Eyes all over looking at me and my team. Got velour lashes, real 3D. Gazy stilettos.
Put that on me. You need to ball out with me. Come on and ball out with me. I know that you don't believe I can make your wrist bleed. Welcome to the club. I can get you anything you want. I know that you came to the stunt, and I ain't got a front. Is it sex or drugs? Tell me what it is that you really want, 'cause I can get you anything you really want, and I ain't got a front. Was you feeling kinda lonely this weekend? Feeling kinda horny this weekend? Throw a bone to the right one. You need to get done.
Came in the club with my bad bitch energy. Feeling kinda tipsy off the pure white Hennessy. Eyes all over looking at me and my team. Got velour lashes, real 3D. Gazy stilettos.
I know you tryna get your dance on, so you working that ass. I know you tired of when they come around, nigga coming too fast. A lot of niggas coming at you talking real crass. Think they moving smooth, but they moving too fast. Turn around, poof, vanish in a dash. When you get home, have a good laugh. You was wearing this to that us, your ass was looking good. You was wearing this to that us. Niggas want to touch, but you know you won't let them. Even got me acting gutter.
Came in the club with my bad bitch energy. Feeling kinda tipsy off the pure white Hennessy. Eyes all over looking at me and my team. Got velour lashes, real 3D. Gazy stilettos.
Put that on me. You need to ball out with me. Come on and ball out with me. I know that you don't believe I can make your wrist bleed. I am the head, I am the honcho. I'm the headliner and I'm the boss though. Get you anything that you wanna. Sip 42 to the donor if you wanna. All the fellas digging on the thing that you're shaking. I can tell from your moves you are making. You about the groove and the bacon. You ain't faking. You ain't even turn up. You about to turn up. 'Cause you a bad boss bitch in the making.
Came in the club with my bad bitch energy. Feeling kinda tipsy off the pure white Hennessy. Eyes all over looking at me and my team. Got velour lashes, real 3D. Gazy stilettos.
Put that on me. You need to ball out with me. Come on and ball out with me. I know that you don't believe I can make your wrist bleed. I can make your wrist bleed. You need to ball out with me. Come on and ball out with me. can be wrong, but how can I be wrong about you? I became the man I am, all because I met you. Sat inside my thuggish ways, watch you come and go for days. Said I'd never give my heart, but knew there was no other way.
7 long days I was waiting for you. 7 long nights I was waiting for you. Waiting all day, waiting all day, waiting all day. 7 long days I was waiting for you. 7 long nights I was waiting for you. Waiting all day, waiting all day, waiting all day.
I'm lost in love, deep passion that I feel inside. I say I do not have emotion, but it's just a lie. I say we're not boyfriend and girlfriend, but it's just my pride. I cannot stand to see you with another guy.
I cannot stand the thought of you with another dude, touching you, doing all the things that we used to do.
Finding out that you're hot, whether you try or not, whether you ready or not, whether you ready or not. They gonna be calling you up, they gonna be seeing a lot.
Trying to break us up, trying to break us up. All of the stuff they say they be making up.
Yeah, you're sexy and you're classy. Ooh, you're nasty when you wanna be. I wanna know, where did you go? You couldn't take no more. I found a note left on the door. Says that I am faking with my hesitating, and I'm the reason we are breaking.
7 long days I was waiting for you. 7 long nights I was waiting for you. Waiting all day, waiting all day, waiting all day. 7 long days I was waiting for you. 7 long nights I was waiting for you. Waiting all day, waiting all day, waiting all day.
All right.
Hey Jay,
About the Clayton.
I want to just acknowledge something here. Like all those male voices are me. Um, I got an 8 octave range, and kind of like every half octave, I is kind of a different personality, or I'm not trying to sound like anybody. Honestly, boss, there's times when everybody reminds somebody of something. But I've been doing what I do for so long, and I just love linking, really just showing and getting into a song. But you know, if
Yeah.
it ain't you, it's me. Okay, so. But you know what I mean, and I got a lot of music out there. I can't wait to get back on the road because I know I can entertain cross generationally, which is
Oh
really
yeah.
another requirement that we can party with our grandparents and our parents and our siblings. You know what I'm saying? Across the board.
Oh yes, because that's what I want to say about the new album. Every track is just has its own distinct feel and distinct sound to it. It's like how you listen to some albums and from start to finish you can't even tell certain tracks apart. They kind of blend in. But with your album, I definitely have to acknowledge that and let the listeners and viewers know that each track has its own. It could be a different artist. Although it's all Clayton, it has its own feel style. Like you said with the vocals, you could switch it up. You know.
Thank
So
you.
that's 100% the reason why we named the album Legion.
Yes. Definitely.
With all the different styles and all the different ranges and all the different sounds and all the different voices and all the different personalities.
It's all
Me and the
him.
crew. Me and the crew.
This is the crew. This is the crew.
Yes. See, he cloned himself.
Yes.
Now
Vocally.
see where I go from here. This is just my little introduction to me like that. You know what I'm saying? You hear what you hear, but wait till you see where I'm gonna go with this stuff, bro.
Oh
I
yeah.
can't. It's a thing. Like I don't know who gets tired of making music, but me, music grows inside of me. You know what I mean? It's like, and I love working with creatives. I don't judge anybody's anything as long as they're sincere about it.
Yes.
I don't like someone who does something just because it's popular,
Yes.
especially if they're not really qualified to do it. They just, you know what I'm saying? It's like nobody says, I think I should be a heart surgeon because I heard they make a lot of money. And I'm just going to go on YouTube and start cutting hearts and
Let
see.
YouTube teach me how to
YouTube
be a
can teach
thought
me really
surgeon.
hard. You know what? I'm gonna get the what is the automated intelligent AI? I'm gonna AI heart surgeon. I'm gonna use technology to
To
be
become.
a surgeon. I'm gonna be a surgeon. I'm gonna start my own practice. You know, but I'm not gonna work hard. I don't want to work hard. I'm just gonna be online.
I just want the money.
I'm online. I'm
Exactly.
gonna heal online. I'm
It,
doing heart
it,
surgery online.
and for those artists that don't have the passion, they don't last like you, Clayton. You know, you've been in the game for decades, and for those artists that do feel like, oh, it sounds like I could just do this and make a quick buck, they don't last. You know, some of them don't even. Never mind a one hit wonder. A lot of these people are no hit wonders. They don't even have a hit. They don't even make it. You know.
Or you wonder what you wonder. Either you wonder why they hit, right?
Mhm.
And then you wonder where they went. Did they get hit? You know, and you know
And
what I mean?
two,
'Cause
two
look
wonders.
at this is why I'm hot. You know what I'm saying? Me,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? His manager is still out here reselling the success of that day after day. You know, I managed me. You know, I managed you. I'm his manager. And these young artists come to him and go, well, Dan, you could maybe do for me what you did for him. What? Give you one song? You know, you know, 'cause believe me, in almost every person there is kind of one song. But the way they used to describe it was a thousand monkeys on a thousand typewriters would write the greatest, you know, I don't know, the greatest poem ever. But the things that are happening with the tools, right? Like, okay, yeah, yeah, you can just do this, and you can just go online and say, "Hey, help me write my lyrics," and go online and do this. And while that is something, it's not songwriting. And it's not
Exactly.
making music. You know what I mean? I'm not saying. I mean, you have no desire to learn to play an instrument, and you actually, I've seen guys actually go on YouTube and say, "I wish I could play an instrument." Very successful artists, by the way. You know,
Mhm.
right? They got gold records, but now they want to resell this thing because they're out of creativity, and somebody's giving them a check to bullshit you. I don't read music, bro. I never could read music. You know,
Yeah.
I just play. But these guys go up and they use their popularity to say, "I wish I could do that. I'm just gonna." But here comes a pre-package of. It's got MIDI chords and look at that. It's the chords are right there. They're just falling. You know, music's just falling out of the tree for you. You know, and then once again, here you go. You're not making music. You're just grabbing the thing that they have. It's like stencils or something. You know, you're not
Oh
an
yeah.
artist. You're just tracing shit. You know,
Oh yeah.
you know.
Definitely. You
The tool in the right
absolutely.
hand is a tool in the right hand is very useful. You know what I'm saying? A hammer and a master carpenter with a hammer, it ain't just a hammer. It's a tool.
Definitely. I'm gonna ask you something about that in a second, though, Clayton. But I want to shout out DJ BME. He just signed on Jared Belcher. He said nice club joint, and I'm glad you're feeling it. Just put in the comments which joint you go. We played several joints tonight. Which one you talking about, or pretty much all of them, but which one you talking about specifically? I'll get that over to you because DJ BME he definitely supports a lot of the artists that rock with the media blast. So DJ BME, man, you better play. You better spin that joint, man.
That's what's
You ready?
up.
Hey
To,
man,
That's what's up.
hey,
Thank
look,
you.
and play with me, brother, and I'll play with you. Anything I can do. You know what I'm saying? Like I got room for the real ones in my circle. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's just not. You know what I'm saying? It's a collaborative across the board. Every hit record you've ever heard, some of that stuff like Anderson Paak, then I was pushing that. Nobody
oh
even
yeah,
knew who he
Before
was.
anybody even knew who he was, before he became famous, before he hooked up with Bruno Mars, we were doing marketing for Anderson Paak.
Never met the man, but that's how this business is. You know what I'm saying? And we got to be our own judges too. We gotta sandman ourselves. Sometimes we gotta call bullshit when it's bullshit. You know what I'm
oh
saying? It's
yeah,
like, nah, man, no,
yeah.
man. Chris Brown shouldn't be on every song, man.
True indeed.
Yeah, here it is.
Clayton Savage, you down to do drops? Not like during this program, but you doing
Yes,
drops for
he
DJ?
is. Yes, he is. Down to do
Okay,
drops. Reach out to
okay.
D. I'll set it up.
I'm down for Blacktopia, baby. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yes, thank you for that Blacktopia shout out.
Woo,
So
woo.
Listen, bro. Listen,
yes,
bro. With the, with,
Blacktopia.
with what I know, the people I know, where I'm at, and all this other stuff, the kind of career advice I've helped people become 3 to 5 times more than they thought they ever could be.
Yes.
If you got the idea and you want to start your thing and do your thing, okay, mentorship comes. You know what I'm saying? You need to figure out how to do it and who to connect with. That's where you see the success.
Yes.
He just
Oh
needs
yeah.
to-
So definitely send your drop scripts to D. I'm gonna put her information down at the ticker below in a bit. So if you got any drop scripts, video drops, audio drops for your
It's all,
mixtapes,
what I'm gonna do, J. Cole, right now is drop one of my oldest friends from Minnesota. See, I also had a career in Minnesota with the West Side Band. I got a whole album I did with the West Side Band, much like how I do my albums, but with the collaboration of them coming in. That's why I have a Minneapolis musician music with the Hall of Fame thingamabob. I don't really pay attention to these things. I'm supposed to have one with Melly Mel and them too, but nobody calls me to come and pick that stuff up. But I digress. My my career in Minneapolis is just as strong. You know what I'm saying? And that album, I'm gonna put that album out. I have the actual 8-track album that I did with Junior Trejo and his West Side Band, and my good friends. I have a lot of good friends like Connie Ungru, who I see is on this cast. That's that Minnesota thing. Yes, bro. And Prince's people played with me, and when they weren't playing with him, and you know what I'm saying? I got a real rich, you know, uh, history of that spans across the whole United States and then going out into the globe. But it's all real. You know what I'm saying? But
And he,
oh
he
yeah.
mixed that all the way up, but I want to make sure it's understood. Connie is a real fan, and she's been following him for years. So we just want to
she's
just
a real fan of West
give
Side,
a
but she's a real friend
shout
too.
out to Connie for always
Yes.
being there to support him and for
Always.
always looking him up to find out where he is and what he's doing. So thank you,
Yes.
Connie. We
Thank
really
you, Connie.
appreciate you.
Tell Cindy I said hi. You know, man.
Connie, I was say, Connie, I was getting to your message. I was getting them in the order, but I done bumped you up in the line. So yeah, they called you out. So definitely thanks for supporting the show and supporting, of course, Clayton.
She's got stories that nobody else will have of me. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? The Minnesota me performing. That picture you see right there with all her hair. That guy.
She knows that guy.
She knows that guy. As he transformed into this guy.
Connie, Connie, if you're in the comments still, do you want to join us on the video, on the live? You're welcome to. Just hit me up and I can get you the link. If you want to get on too and share some old stories. That's what it's about. We educating the young people and we putting it out there. So if you want, Connie, if you want to join us, let us know, and I'll get the link to you, or I'll try to find a way to get it to you, inbox it or whatever.
You know what, J. Cole? I'm gonna release. I have it. I'm going to release. I have it planned. I've remixed it, but I just want it to be a certain kind of way so that it can be enjoyed for what it is, because it's a time period piece. I don't want to mess with that because it's all analog. You know what I mean? But I also wanted another version so that they hit. You know what I'm saying? Because the masters are lost, so all we have is the mastered product. But I still wanted to be able to hit in the club. But that's when we can do a whole Minneapolis focus. You know what I'm saying? Because man, we rock the Midwest, man. St. Paul, Minneapolis. Prince's people. Maserati and all them. Craig's one of my best. I'm telling you, bro. The horn sections. Wendy, Lisa. You know what I'm saying? All that's very real, and all that Minneapolis and all them bars there too, bro.
Oh yes. Allie said she heard you on the 2 songs. The spending and waist bleed. Of course, that was D. You could definitely tell her on waist bleed.
Hey, remember New Man too. D rapping on New Man. KRS need to go back and see what she did. She lit him up. She lit that joint.
Yes.
They got so much bad. This is the real hip hop right here. This is an encyclopedia of all hip hop. I can BS, but I'll just start a verse and she'll just fill it all in.
Let me say something, right? I'm gonna say this. D, I'm put you on the spot a little bit.
Okay.
So what now?
I said, okay, come on with it.
Bring it.
Yeah. It's not hip hop trivia or anything like that because I don't have that for you. I already know you know everything. But I want to say I spoke to D. We speak all the time, but in this particular conversation, I asked D. I said, "Can we hear an album from you?" a D Savage. She was like, no, nah. But I bet you
It's
people,
really not what I do. I enjoy doing it with Clayton
yeah,
because it's what he does, and he pulls me in like on when you hear me and I'm like, hello, 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 hello. That's me. He's doing a mic check. I'm in
yeah.
his booth. He's like, just say anything on the mic, just whatever. And I'm just
Mhm.
in there being silly. So I'm like, hello, 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 hello. And now it's part of the song, you know. Um, you
Voice.
know, he
He knows how to produce. I know talent. Okay, that's part of talent. Having talent means you can recognize talent. Okay,
Yeah.
that's really the secret power of the business. Knowing when somebody's got that it thing, whether they know it or not, and knowing how to get to it. Whether it's Mick Jagger's conflicted dancing, trying to dance like James Brown and coming out like it does, or you know what I mean, or Prince. Why put him in purple? Why?
because that's the
So
best song
so
in the world.
D so D got this thing, okay? She's real good at it, be it singing, and she's just a pleasant voice. But she's got this thing, right? But she don't want to do it. But she's got this ability to do it. So my
Yeah.
thing is to create an environment. Like I wrote those verse that the hook and then get her involved in it. So because I believe everybody gotta contribute. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
then and get what's yours. Bring your thing to it. So it shouldn't be painful to have to record, especially when because you're being naked. When you're creating something, you're naked. You know,
Yes.
somebody can cough at the wrong time and make and you don't know if they're saying something bad, or when the music stops
Right.
and ain't nobody,
And nobody's clapping or
right,
nobody's applauding or nobody's
or they're applauding and you're like, damn, we in the studio. Why are you coming? Yo, that shit was fire. It's like, really? Was it really fire? You know, uh, you understand what I'm saying? To be
Mhm.
to be the real Mary J. Blige, which is where she really is a Mary J. Blige fan. You got to see this
I
chick
am.
roll through all Mary's albums and tell you to shut up, and be right on it. And so like just like Mary though, it's a very for those who have that thing. It's a very organic and natural thing. D appears on my track with me. Very few people can say that. It's not that I'm not open to it, but the way that I create, I need a creator. They got to bring something unique to the table. I can sing all my parts, bro. You will never know if I'm a girl, a guy, a fat boy. You know what I'm saying? But when somebody's got that thing that's theirs, you got to respect that. That's that thing they bring. You cannot get Jay Z without Jay Z. You
Yeah.
just can't do it. It's just like Michael Jordan when they say, "Hey man, how can I sound like Jay Z?" You go get Jay Z, bring him in this room,
And let
and put him
Jay-Z
on the
do
mic.
it.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
why does Jay Z sound so good? Because he don't sound so good. He sounds like Jay Z.
Hmm.
Period. You know. Well, what about Drake? Same thing. When you got that, D sounds like D, and D got a lot. Man, I'm telling you, bro, she's so cool about it too.
Yeah.
DJ New York City Kid started saying to me right away what you just said. Are we gonna get an album on D? Let's do an album on D. Let's do an album on D. We're gonna do an
I
album
want
on
to
D.
hear it. I want to hear. I know D, that's not your thing, but shoot, might have to just do a little play album
Oh,
just
it'll
to
happen.
hear it.
It'll happen. But I ain't gonna put it through that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's a lot of pressure. You know what I mean? And when
Oh
and
yeah.
when that happens, everything will be in place the way it is. You know that it's supposed to be. It'll be almost like, well, damn, you done recorded enough songs. It's called a compilation.
Yeah.
You know.
The
Exactly.
trickery of it
You
all.
don't, because this business can create a lot of fear and anxiety, and then any success you find yourself challenging yourself.
Mhm.
Because people automatically say when you coming out with as soon as you drop, they say when you coming out with another album, especially in this day and age. Yo,
Yeah.
when your next album coming out? Dang, nigga, I'm in my first week of
I
this.
just finished
I'm
this
just
one.
saying, yo, you got the remixes of it? Dang,
Yeah.
oh, when you gonna be on like you going to Singapore? Damn, I can't even, It's like okay, but make another album, record another album, and the way I like to do it is just got to be real. We have a lot of music. I have a lot of music. A lot. And when I say a lot, enough for lifetimes. And at the
Wow.
same time, we're still constantly creating.
Constantly.
Constantly. I got Jay May down there. That's my young apprentice, Jay May down in Virginia Beach, kicking me 5-10 tracks a week. None of them identical. And because of the way I learned, I don't judge. Just do your thing, do you. If there's anything in there that's going to work, I'll find it. I'll know it. I don't judge them. Do you. Just do you. Because when it comes out, it's going to sound amazing, and you're going to be proud of it.
Oh yeah, true indeed. You know who I would like to hear you with, and I don't. If you guys have a track together, let me know if you do. We got introduced through Cooler Von Seal. Shout out to Cooler Von Seal in Virginia.
Oh, that's my girl. Cooler's from the Tidewater, bro. Cooler is the look. Let me tell you something. Nikki and them ain't got nothing on Cooler. Cooler is the beast of all beasts, and she's not a boy.
And she's not a boy.
And she's not a boy. She's not a boy.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But Cooler is the beast. She is the beast of Tidewater. She's a hidden ass, something else in the water, bro. She is ridiculously talented.
Now
but she throws down. Like she can battle rap, she can write. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And she's intelligent. Yeah.
Definitely. Now y'all have music together though, right? Or no?
Anytime she wants.
Have y'all done?
No, anytime she wants.
Yeah.
All she has to do is say, "Clay, let's do a track." It's good. It's done.
Somebody get to share the Cooler. I know one of my Black Topians. Y'all know, tag her. Let's get the word out. Let's get it. Let's get a Cooler. Let's get a Clayton track. A Cooler track.
Let's do it.
Clayton.
Oh no, and let's just do a bunch of them, not a track. We just weave it. You know what I'm saying? Not an album. We weave it. You know what I'm saying? We bobbing and weaving. I put it on my joints. We remix up some of them joints. Take it and flip it. Do what it is. Next thing you know, it'll be D and Cooler. Hey, where's Clayton? Oh, I'm mixing the track. As long as I'm somewhere on the track or promoting, I ain't got to be that. You know what I'm saying, bro? I'm the guy that's always in the kitchen cooking. Yes. You ain't gotta know. I ain't gotta have my face on the front of that. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, and Cooler anytime. I mean, literally, I'm mobile, man. I'll bring what I need to you. You ain't gotta, I got a $300,000 studio that's been offered to me over at Nova College in Loudoun to develop or bring in. They just want real music to teach the students. I'm just like debating, how to really launch it or do it. But honestly, anybody coming to the town of Northern Virginia, DC, you know what I'm saying? Maryland, bro. When I say a beautiful, I'm going to take some pictures in there and show y'all what we got. Top gear, but I want it. But just by the way we used to cut it back at Sugar Hill, when we were really playing instruments and things like that, I want to explain and get that going again. And then, I just want to grow the right way. But I want that education to be there because these are jobs. All this stuff is jobs. There are thousands of jobs, just like in the music industry. In the movie industry. And this is also part of the movie industry. So, yes. And I would also like to see them get 2 to 4 year degrees, which is why I'm working with the colleges and the University of Hip Hop. Because you should always have a real degree once you've been studying something formally. And then if you don't want to do it anymore, you should be able to go and do something else.
Oh yeah,
sometimes you don't want to do this forever.
Now, Clayton, let me ask you this. I was going to ask you this a little earlier. Now you do it all. You vocalist, performer, songwriter, producer. D looks like she knows what I'm about to ask. But if you could go back to when you were 16, getting into it and professionally in the business, and you could only it's probably hard to ask, but if you could only do one, like if something happened and you just couldn't do any of them, which one would you pick and why? Like if you could only pick one, if a magical being said, no sir, you can't do any of these other things, you're stuck. Like
I'm gonna perform.
Huh?
I'm gonna perform. Bro, you don't know, man. Connie knows. I'm a performer.
Definitely.
Honestly, don't worry about none of that other stuff.
He's a performer. He performs out in the public when he's not even, he's always Clayton Savage, but he's always getting somebody's attention. He's always pushing the envelope. I gotta kind of check him sometimes, but he's always.
I'm always interacting.
Performing.
I'm always interacting. Because all of me, the 100%, 360 degrees of me is an entertainer. I don't necessarily need music to do it, to entertain me.
Oh yes.
And if you put me on anybody's stage, I'm telling you, bro, even the wedding planner got shocked. They said he's gonna come up and sing in the band's like, oh, we gotta play for real. This guy's singing for real. It's like, yeah, I'm not playing around. You better, boy, what you doing with that guitar? You better strum. I said strum. but no, bro, I'm a performer, and in doing so with that, I still get everything that we're talking about because see, I don't have to have my hands on everything.
Really?
As long as I can help you get to where you're trying to go so that we all grow and get there together. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
And that you respect me enough so that we don't spend a lot of time asking questions about the why, because the why will be revealed. For now, if I say duck, duck, the why will be revealed. So many people get hit upside the head because they don't see why this person is saying duck after they thought they empowered this person to help them get to where they were trying to go. Can you imagine how many people I mean, the thousands of people I've gone through that somehow find their way to me? Somehow, and I say, okay, I'll give you a shot. This is what I need you to do. Something very simple. They can't do it because they're looking at it from their perspective. They're coming saying, hey, Clay, can you help me? Okay? But help me do it my way. And that's where it all falls apart. Plus, dude, it's all about giving. Like, if I can't be beneficial to somebody, then I don't want to be in their life. If I can't help somebody, that's the thing. I come in the door saying, how can I help you? I know how to make things better, no matter what it is. But how can I help you? If you understand what it is you're trying to do, and I can see that you got something to do that's raw or slightly polished or whatever, I can get you there. But it also doesn't require that you know all the parts that are missing, because that's another holdback. You want to start a business, but you need to know vendors and furniture people, and you need, somebody to deliver things. You got, well, then let's put 4 of these people around you that want to do that, and voila, now your business is gone. I just want you to own your piece. I don't want to own your piece. I own my company. I can do business with you. I don't want to own your business. I want you to own your business and do it right, because that's all the music industry is doing. Surrounding you with teams of people that are on staff that know how it is. Once they get an inkling of where you're going with it, which is why we got baby, the baby, little baby,
the other baby,
the other baby,
the baby mama,
the old baby,
the baby
back
mama,
baby back ribs, baby.
all the babies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
and then, because I do know the folks who have run the record labels. I bring all this with me though. I mean, when I start doing my speaking engagements, I may be bringing in these people to speak that have run BMI and ASCAP, because it's just services. They're just that's everything you see about building a house is the same thing you see about building a music career. Same thing as a highway. You may not understand every piece of equipment on the highway, but you see that stuff. You see them tear that road up. You see these guys digging holes. Somebody's pushing something with a bulldozer. It's the same thing. It's just people think music is magic. It's like, oh man, just put it out. And according to the internet, young people are doing their thing. The young people are very entrepreneurial. Very entrepreneurial. They're getting it. They're getting paid. They're getting so paid.
Oh yeah. And
Okay.
I want to say, speaking of getting paid, I just want to give a shout out to ITU, Independent Trading University, one of the sponsors, also an advertiser of Blacktopia. For anybody that's interested in forex trading, investing, things like that, putting your money in and getting it back, triple, double, quadruple that. Definitely learn all about it with Independent Trading University. If you guys want a link to Independent Trading University, for anybody that's listening, just email me at info@themediablast.net and I'll connect you right to them, because there's a lot of long links. So I'll get you the direct long links, and y'all could, anybody's listening, y'all can trade forex trading. Definitely shout out to ITU. And if you got
anything to do to help Blacktopia, brother, I'm down for it. And
yes,
Blacktopia's members, to enrich the subscription. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is that you're trying to do, and you come to Blacktopia, let's do it. Cookies,
yes,
draws, you know what I'm saying? Light
Yeah.
bulbs, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's already existing, whatever your idea is, if it can possibly work, don't even worry about, just bring it. Man, I want to launch this program that I was inspired by to help people become investable as well, you know?
Yes.
So they understand why someone can't, how to become investable, you know? What, you know, not, and what does that mean? What does it mean? Because you learn how to make a cookie, but you know how to make a cookie, right? That's the famous thing. But you don't know everything else about it. So they come and they offer you $1 million. You get $1 million, they make $1 billion off your cookie.
$1 trillion off your cookies.
The thing that the one thing I know I bring to the table is this. I'll be forthright, and I don't want to rob you. I don't want to rob anybody. I want to see my whoever I partner with. I want to see them become successful more than me, and I want them to come on board and try to make me more successful than them.
Yeah.
And in doing so, the growth will be exponential. But at the end of the day, there will be no sentences that said Clay took this or that from me. There'll never be that.
Yes.
And I want it to become what it needs to be, and then you go do your thing if that's what you want to be. I don't want to hang out forever. I just want to get you going proper. Because these services, I want to know. I've helped lawyers create careers and people move up to different military careers, and I've been a mentor on all types of things, brother. I've got a lot of history of doing a lot of things for a lot of corporations in government and military. So I could have that experience because I learned how grimy. I thought music was grimy. Shoot, wait till you go on the real. It's just more of the real business, and you're ignorant and you don't know. And next thing you know, they made $1 billion off of me. So
Mhm.
that's the thing. And you know they earn it. Y'all step to Blacktopia. Come to Blacktopia. Commit to Blacktopia. See that commitment word will take care of everything else. Once you commit,
Definitely.
you can't
Thank
get
you.
married without a yes or a no. All you got to do is commit to either a yes or a no. It's that simple. And look at all that comes after that. Commit,
Oh yes.
commit, and figure out what you want to do, even if it's just help the next person. And you don't know how. Don't worry. We'll tell you how. Like Jay just did. What you give him? ITM, who's the company you just gave him?
ITU, Independent Trade University.
ITU. Yes. I've got the University of Hip Hop in California. That's so vast, and there's so many positive and talented people in that. You know, I had a whole list of things that they do, but trust me, they're there to get this thing right in business for you globally. And let's
Yeah.
link, and I'm trying to link these things together, the ones who do the walking, not just the talking, you know?
Oh yeah. True indeed. True indeed. Well, yeah, Clayton, it's always a pleasure, having you on any platforms, within the network. We got some more things coming up. True indeed. Thank you. I really appreciate your time and being a part. Thank you for being part of Blacktopia. We're gonna wrap it up because I know y'all in Atlantic City. I know it's Friday night, so I know there's many more things you guys are gonna be doing out on the strip and having enjoying the atmosphere and all that. So
Bro, bro,
go
I
ahead.
just want to mess with Blacktopia. Y'all just mess with Blacktopia. You'll get to us, but you'll get the success. We'll show you. We can show you better than we can tell you.
Yes,
And bring
yes,
somebody with you. Bring somebody. Wait till we start having them gala affairs. Okay,
yes. That's coming.
it's coming.
Blacktopia conferences and
Yes,
and speaking of conference, I'm gonna
and
do it.
fun ones and fun. You know what I mean? In the middle of that joint, you don't know who's gonna pop up. I know
Yes.
everybody. Michael Jackson just might show up with Prince on his shoulders. Just might.
We resurrect.
No, man, I'm an IT head, bro. I know how to do that joint with the holograms. I ain't no mystic, nigga.
Okay, did you see my look, Jay? I'm like, hold up,
I ain't no mystic.
man.
I ain't no mystic.
You
I
ain't
work
trying
with
to
the
be in
top
heaven having
technology, bro.
Blacktopia.
I work with top technology, bro. And I bring top technology to every effort, and I bring it also with me to Black Tokyo. Bam.
Oh yeah.
You got everything I got.
Before we officially close it up, I want to ask you a quick question.
Mm.
And even though we're wrapping it up, you could elaborate however you want to. So I ain't gonna shut you down. But I want to ask you, how do you feel about uh, AI being accessible to the public now? You know,
Well, it's been accessible to me for over 20 years. I
yes.
built my own infrastructure. I understand it quite well. I understand. Okay, so these are just tools, right? Any
Hmm.
tool can be abused, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Like all the drugs that we do had a positive, hopeful, positive thing they were trying to do, right?
Hmm.
And then somebody liked the effect and started to abuse it. But
Yes.
you know, there's a reason that it was created to treat something or to do something else, right? So it's the same thing. You know what I mean? And when it comes to AI, you got to understand a tool has to work for you. If it doesn't work for you, then the tool is useless.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily have to know how to make a damn hammer, right? And you don't even have to know how to use a hammer, but you need to know you need a hammer. You need to know you need a hammer. That's a good picture, you do. You need to know you need something, right? And
Hmm.
so I built a system where I use automation or AI, as they say, right? Because I know that to be competitive, you need to be able to market globally or in an instant and communicate like HubSpot has. So I use open source software to build all these things because I learned how to do it with Microsoft and Apple and all these other companies, IBM and all that stuff, SaaS. But I also realized they're all built on top of open source software. And that infrastructure is what holds someone back from being able to actually be able to compete. To go to a company, they learn how to do something as an employee, and then after 10 years, they're ready to do their own thing or move up to another level. They're like, we need to keep you right here. And what holds you right there is after 10 years, you've gotten a mortgage, you got a couple of car payments. You're about now, if you held off, now it's time to have kids. Because 10 years after anything, it's time to start having kids. But worse, you're now looking at the fact you don't have that IT infrastructure
Hmm.
because that's what's making this all happen. No matter what's happening, and no matter how many people are answering phones, that IT infrastructure is making it happen. And you say, I can't afford that, and you're stuck. So my part of my mission was to solve that. Um, that's why I said, you bring all your money and whatever it is, you'll be surprised what less money in the right hands can do for you when it's
Hmm.
part of when you're spending in band, as I say, and it's part of the plan for you to be successful in band as part of the collaborative. Join Blacktopia. Stop asking questions.
Join Black. True
You can be
indeed.
white and join Blacktopia. I
No,
mean, you
you
listen.
cannot.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can. You got to get a friend that's black. Yes, you
Yeah.
do. You got to partner with somebody black, like the major corporations with the small business. And you can be white and partner with a. You got money and whiteness. Okay, this man is black and can access Blacktopia. Partner. See what I'm saying? It ain't no different than a Kardashian. You
Indeed.
are black and you play football. It's not no. You're not going to violate the rules. There is a way that everything works. You can't say no to something that's going to be beneficial. I'm not turning down this person's capability of partnering with that person, but this person can walk into Blacktopia the way with the rules that it should have been with the NAACP. The NAACP and welfare, according to what they designed, should have had certain rules because on the forward face, it looks like it's all about us.
Hmm.
But when you really look at it, it's not about us, which is why nothing really happens for us. I'm
Yeah.
100% certain that we should have a black organization run by black people for black people, populated by black people.
Yes.
But the world is global, so thus we must do things globally. We just can't give it away, and
Oh
we
yeah.
can't give the power and the mission over that. Only we know what we need. We speak our own language, man. And
Oh
then we
yeah.
got to get rid of some of the ones that don't. You know, and that's another story for another time. But everybody can't float, Gilligan. Some of them people got to drown, Gilligan.
True
Skipper,
indeed.
you know. I mean, if they don't, if they want to shoot and be hoods and do all that believability, and go do that. But over here, we're having celebrations, organizations, and success. Like I said, we're having galas. And we're having galas for all those who don't know how to have galas,
Hmm.
to build their corporation. And we're claiming our success so that when they say, how did you do that? They proudly say, I was talking to J. Cole. J. Cole was my conduit. Well, Blacktopia does I mean, how many times has something with the word black had a stigma on it, that sounded like what? That you can't be there because it's black? It didn't stop you in music. It didn't stop you in anything else we created. And Lord knows Famous Amos cookies aren't owned by him anymore. Now I'm gonna let you roll because I know we've been on for a minute, bro. That's that. Now, I'm glad to come back, but really, I mean everything sincerely. Thank you for having me, J. Cole. Thank you, Blacktopia. Bring a friend. Bring a friend. Bring 30 friends.
Oh, yes. Always a pleasure. Now, before we wrap up, well, we're wrapping up now, actually. That was before we wrap up. I just want you to shout out everything. Shout out your social media, your websites, all of the ways people can get at you, connect with you, all of that, blah, 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 blah. Get it out.
Instagram, CS Red K. That's his Instagram, CS Red K. Facebook is The Clayton Savage. And
we got a Twitter thing, but you know.
Yeah, there's a
you
Twitter.
You need Instagram because Instagram and Facebook are one,
mm-hmm.
and then LinkedIn. I have LinkedIn and what is it, YouTube or something like that, and then that also ties into Microsoft. But quite honestly, hit Blacktopia.
Yes.
You're gonna see some sponsored ad Bobby up there or something or another sooner or later. You know what I'm saying? Just hit Blacktopia. J. Cole know how to reach me. If J. Cole know how to reach D, you know what I'm saying? It's not complicated when you know how to get there. You don't have to hop over Jay. He's the guardian. If he's not gonna let you put some BS to us. You know?
Yeah.
We ain't gonna bring it to you.
Exactly.
Them the rules.
Oh yeah. Definitely, yeah. Clayton.
But let me give you the shout out. Check this out though. I'm gonna shout out the University of Hip Hop College. I'm gonna shout out Rebel 107, Starfleet Music Pool, Carolina Record Pool. You know what I'm saying? Biggs Radio, Fleet DJ, WFRM Radio. I'm trying to tell you, DJ Famous. You know what I'm saying? Watch and see what happens, bro. Watch and see. And these are the people in the shiznit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, come on, man. I'm trying to tell you. Watch and see what happens, okay? DJ Silky D, DJ Spark, excellent. You know.
Shout out to DJ BME, who we got. You know, he's gonna spin that record. I'm gonna make sure you spin that record.
Yes, please. Yeah. And remix it too. I'll see you, Dr. Pro. Let's get it on.
Yes.
Come on, man. Let's do this.
Oh yes, definitely.
Like to do this.
Yes. Oh yeah. All right. Well, definitely, Clayton and D is a pleasure.
You know, I'm one of the people that don't say bye, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, like why I don't know why people like hang up on cell phones. It's like you're walking with wrong.
Yeah. Somebody got to end it. I'm still trying to plug too, but yeah, Marjoline, she put up the 2 fingers, peace. So from all the way in Barcelona.
Yes.
You know, Spain.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna link y'all
up.
Let's
do this. Get on the mic. Let's do this.
Yes.
I'm going gamble. I'm in Atlantic City.
All right, y'all. Y'all don't have to go home, but you got to get off this thing. Good night. I'm gonna take y'all out with a song. Wrist bleed again. Here we go.
Hello. Shit. Hello.
Came in the club with my bad bitch energy, feeling kinda tipsy off the pure white Hennessy. Eyes all over looking at me and my team. Got velour lashes, real 3D, Yeezy stilettos.
Put that on me, you need to ball out with me. Come on and ball out with me. I know that you don't believe I can make your wrist bleed. Welcome to the club, I can get you anything you want. I know that you came with a stunt, and I ain't got a front. Is it sex or drugs? Tell me what it is that you really want, cause I can get you anything you really want, and I ain't got a front. Was you feeling kinda lonely this weekend? Feeling kinda horny this weekend? Throw a bone to the right one, you need to get done.
Came in the club with my bad bitch energy, feeling kinda tipsy off the pure white Hennessy. Eyes all over looking at me and my team. Got velour lashes, real 3D, Yeezy stilettos.
I know you tryna get your dance on, so you working that ass. I know you tired of when they come around, nigga coming too fast. A lot of niggas coming at you talking real crass. Think they moving smooth, but they moving too fast. Turn around, poof, vanish in a dash. When you get home, have a good laugh. You was wearing this to that us. Your ass was looking good, you was wearing this to that us. Niggas want to touch, but you know you won't let them. Even got me acting gutter.
Came in the club with my bad bitch energy, feeling kinda tipsy off the pure white Hennessy. Eyes all over looking at me and my team. Got velour lashes, real 3D, Yeezy Gazy stilettos.
Put that on me. You need to ball out with me. Come on and ball out with me. I know that you don't believe I can make your wrist bleed.
I am the head, I am the honcho. I'm the headliner and I'm the boss though. Get you anything that you wanna. Sip 42 to the donor, if you wanna. All the fellas digging on the thing that you're shaking. I can tell from your moves you are making. You about the groove and the bacon. You ain't faking. You ain't even turn up. You about to turn up. Cause you a bad boss bitch in the making.
Came in the club with my bad bitch energy. Feeling kinda tipsy off the pure white Hennessy. Eyes all over looking at me in my jeans. Got velour lashes, real 3D. Gazy stilettos.
Put that on me. You need to ball out with me. Come on and ball out with me. I know that you don't believe I can make your wrist bleed. I can make your wrist bleed. You need to ball out with me. Come on and ball out with me.